I don't know why Capricorn, but it just felt like I needed to do your video in black and white. Capricorn, Saturn ruled, always with structure and integrity and that somberness that follows you all the time, the seriousness that follows you all the time. I just felt like it needed black and white. Plus, I'm filming this in the middle of the night. It just feels appropriate for the mood that some of you guys may find yourselves in. Now, why is that? The nodes have moved into Cancer and Capricorn. Cancer and Capricorn are on the same axis, meaning that they are opposing signs. Now, the North Node, where we experience gains, has moved into Cancer. Cancer archetype is going to be a place where we will experience gains and successes and things that are additive to our lives. Now, the South Node has moved into Capricorn. And why this is of particular concern with you is because wherever your Capricorn placements are, the Sun, the Moon, maybe some of you are watching from Mercury or Venus, but really Sun, Moon, and Rising, if it hasn't already, the South Node is coming for your placements. And South Node is draining. South Node is where we need to get rid of things. South Node is where we need to restructure. So you've already experienced a taste of this when we had our Capricorn solar eclipse in the beginning of January. And for some of you, it may have been very destabilizing. And it's happening in a personal part of your chart, of yourself, of your sun, or of your emotions, your moon. So it just felt appropriate that as you guys work with these changes, and plus Pluto and Pluto and Saturn are in your sign right now, plus the South Node. The South Node is what will be causing these eclipses to happen. It just feels like a more black and white mood. I'm not saying that anything bad is going to happen, but that these things tend to lose color because they're serious for you to pay attention to. Pay attention to the changes happening, to let them happen. Do not resist anything. These are fated times, my friends. Do not hold on to anything. Do not belabor any exits, and do not belabor any random appearances. To the best of your ability, if you can, for this reading, for yourself and for the rest of your life, and just for the rest of Cancer, Capricorn eclipse season, move with the flow, because the universe is doing some major remodeling for you. Do you feel it? I do $10 readings. I'll leave that information below. Let's get into what's coming up for you. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, we're coming into this reading with the energies of Eight of Pentacles. Hard at work, as you do. Do so well. Then we move here into the Eight of Swords. Then we move into an ending position. The Knight of Cups. Oh, how some of you need this offer you've been waiting for such a long time. The bottom of the deck here is the Temperance card. Major Arcana Sag. So we have Jupiter coming in the picture here to maybe lift some of your spirits. Now underneath that, I find relevant sometimes these peekaboo energies, the energies that are undulating right under the bottom of the deck. They represent energies that may not have manifested yet or that have manifested in the past, but otherwise they carry their own relevant messages, and that's the Seven of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Things said and done and communicated against you ultimately don't matter because the wheel is always turning in your favor. So if you can look upon these naysayers, these drama creators, these instigators, these haters with a polite reverence, this Capricorn doesn't really do drama. If you can look upon these thieves, energy vampires, or just gossipers, or negative energy people in your life, that's the Seven of Swords, if you can look at it and know that either way, the wheel, the fortune is turning in your favor, flanked here by the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card, these unimportant people getting in the way of your what life is trying to make unfold for you, these big deal changes and openings and karmic beginnings and endings. Don't let these petty people get in the way of the magnificence that is coming your way. Coming into the reading with the energies of the Eight of Pentacles suggests hard work. And hard work with this sense of humility. Now, the Eight of Pentacles always reminds me of Virgo, because the Eight of Pentacles is working, and is working humbly, is working for their own self, for their own nourishment, for their own sense of satisfaction, in juxtaposition to the Three of Pentacles, which is also a card of work, but it's a card of showing off. So a lot of Capricorns are on the make to create a life for themselves, and are doing it in a way that's a little bit behind the scenes. And you're being forced to do this with Saturn, with Pluto, with the South Node, drainage, restriction. You might just be working humbly on what you can to make your life into what you want it to be. And this is a preceding energy. So this is where you were, maybe in December, maybe in the beginning of January. You guys are just all about, how can I build a life? How can I build a material experience for myself? Be it money, health, lifestyle, partners, your job. How can I build this material experience for myself in a way that is in alignment with me? And this card, even though it does remind me of Virgo, humble service, it also reminds me of the way that the Capricorn goat goes up the mountain slowly, demanding no attention, stopping sometimes, but always focused very diligently on the outcome. So a lot of Capricorns have been in this phase of, I'm rebuilding my life. I'm being forced to, astrologically speaking. What can stay needs to stay, and what needs to go needs to go. The South Node in Capricorn is all about minimalist and clearing out clutter. Now that could be physical clutter or the clutter of your life, the way that we let people, situations, events, and behaviors clutter our life. And when things are cluttered, things can't come in smoothly. So this Eight of Pentacles could be just working at what needs to be done, what needs to be rebuilt. If you have a lot of drainage, a lot of things and people just being yanked out of your life, realizations about things and people that need to go. This Eight of Pentacles is your ally, because you're not going to attend to all that drama. You're not going to be swept up in it. Instead, you're going to look down, build your pentacle, stack them up, make your money, change your life, build your empire. Things may be happening around you, but stay true to your work. Stay true to what you're building. Then we move here into this Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords represents being held hostage by old thought patterns, being held hostage by the way we're choosing to think about something. Capricorns are good at work ethic. Capricorns are good at building things and doing it slowly and diligently over time. Where Capricorns can sometimes fall short is giving their anxieties and emotions a fair seat at the table. So you guys may have heard about yourselves that you guys are the workaholic sign and emotions take a back seat. But this is what happens when emotions take a back seat. What operates in the background of this Eight is this Eight. Sure, you can be working hard, you can be working diligently towards something, you could be rebuilding, you could be draining what doesn't need to be there, and just working and moving around the pentacles of your life. But this Eight of Swords energy is coming in to say you're not at peace about something. You're in anguish, you're in anxiety about something. And because we have so many heavy hitters in your sign right now, and you're being forced to let go of so much, you might have this knee-jerk reaction to, if things are going to be let go, I need to continue to create so I can have this success, these hierarchies, these things that Capricorns build up to feel comfortable. But in the midst of those things being lost, in the midst of those things maybe being challenging or life being challenging, you create this situation for yourself where you have anxiety about this and a thought about that and anger about that. And instead of looking at your emotions, and I know this isn't a cup card, but the way that we think produces how we feel anyway. So it's this way of ignoring your emotions. And when you ignore what you can't see, it can never resolve. So for a lot of Capricorns, you may have endured a embittered loss. Some of the loss was welcome, goodbye. Other of the loss was yanked out from under you. When you have Pluto, Saturn, and the South Node, it's all about draining the swamp, right? But not just leaving it there, building something else in its place. And so you guys may be in the building something up in its place part while ignoring the actual anxiety and the thought patterns and the way you feel about what's actually happening. And when you don't look at something, it can't heal. So February is it's all going to be about this invitation to take off your blindfold and look at your thoughts. Look at how you're thinking about things. Look about how you're thinking about things and how they make you feel. Look at where even your old patterns of thinking are not in accordance with this new life that you're building. You know, you can't step into a new chapter of your life just being the same old you. And so that's the invitation of the Eight of Swords, is to take off your blindfold. You can walk freely, but when you take off your blindfold, you can also see clearly where these swords lie. And when you know where the swords are, you don't have to be hurt by them. If you're going to keep your blindfold on and maneuver in the dark and have a whole bunch of swords around you, well, yeah, you're going to get goddamn cut. So get honest about what you're feeling, about what you're thinking. Get honest about being sad for once and feeling an emotion and not trying to cover it up by working or trying to always achieve a worldly success. Feel your feelings, get curious about your thoughts, take off your blindfold, and then the swords become much less dangerous to you. Then we move here into the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is where the offers come in. It's where the new love relation comes in. It's where the reconciliation comes in. For a lot of you, it's just where healing comes in. Water is this alchemical substance that heals and purifies all. And you might be needing that in your life. But truly, it's an offer coming in from a person, from a job, where situations seem to be falling and cracking and crumbling around you. Life becomes a vacuum that's just sucking things up and you don't have any control. Before that thing gets sucked up, you want to hurry up and protect that thing, but it's too late, And then the way that you respond to that stress is to just keep working, which is good because then you create something, but it's bad because then you're ignoring your emotions, you're ignoring your thoughts, you're ignoring the things that hurt and trying to blindfold and say, oh, I'm going to pretend I'm not hurt. So this is a good ending for you in February because it represents a healing is going to come. And that healing can come inwardly, just from your own spiritual evolution and walking through life, having faith and trust that everything's going to work out, which clearly we see that it is with the Temperance card and with just the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune. Things are always moving in your favor, and even when it looks like it's moving out of your favor. Life is rigged in your favor. I put that affirmation on my phone every day. At around 11, I get this alarm. And no matter what's happening, no matter where I am, I get this alarm. And the alarm says life is rigged in your favor. And to trust that. And to know that even the circumstances that look so bad right now that you can't even take off your blindfold. And then you kind of self-medicate by continuing to work and be a workaholic or make money or focus on your worldly ambitions instead of focusing on your inner world, your inner emotions, your relationships. Even through all that, if you know that life is rigged in your favor, you can take it all in stride. And that's what this Knight of Cups is going to offer you. Either through a person coming in, either through a healing coming in. It could be through spiritual circles or just coming to a place of understanding within yourself. It could be the job coming in that offers healing. If a job is taken away, a new job comes in. If a relationship is taken away, a new relationship comes in. If a friendship was taken away, a new friendship comes in. So it's all about healing. This is going to be a month of healing for you because you, more than any other sign, are dealing with a lot of drainage. And some of that drainage is good. Some of that drainage is, sewage, and you want it to leave. But other drainage are things that you thought would stay or things that you thought, or people and situations that you thought were we're going to be there. And you're learning slowly but surely that some things just have to go to make room for the things that are to come in. We have this big angelic presence here. This is the Jupiter card because it's Sagittarius and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So, Jupiter is always kind of with us, waiting in the wings, offering to us a perpetual type of optimism and warmth and hope and expansion. This is an expansion, by the way. These two cards aren't expansion. It's focusing literally on one thing and then not focusing at all and being tied up and constricted. Here, this Temperance card and this Healing card comes in to offer you a brand new perspective. Life opens up for you in February or at the end of February. It's also a card of moderation, of balancing waters, where here you're not paying attention to your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings at all. What is being offered to you is that you can do it. And when you do it in balance and you do it in moderation and you balance your waters, you sprout these angel wings. You become healed from having examined your own emotions. It's an alchemical process. Healing is on the way. But know that what must go had to go. And that it makes room for things that are going to stay. And it's going to be good. And these naysayers, these petty situations that get in your way, that bring you down, whether you're in your way or someone else is in your way, you're talking smack against yourself, or just generally, these Swords cards represent frustration and anguish and irritation with life in general. Remember, life is always rigged in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune always comes up in your favor. No need to even belabor these things. Work hard, feel hard, get the magic, get the alchemical healing, get the nurturing, get the offer, and keep it moving, because life is always expanding in your favor. That's it, Capricorn. If you want a $10 reading, I'll see you soon. If not, see you in March. Take care. Be well. All is well.